What's up guys, Meredith with ExtremeTerrain.com, and today we're checking out the Go Rhino Dominator Xtreme D6 slider side step bars in texture black, fitting all 2024 and newer Toyota Tacomas. Now these will be perfect for the Tacoma owner who's looking to invest in a solid step and rock slider combo to get the best of both worlds for their truck if they need the protection for taking their truck off-road, but also want a wider step to get in and out of the cab area. Now, even if you rarely take your Tacoma off-road and you just want a tougher and more rugged appearance to your step compared to some of the more lighter duty choices, these will also be a great pick for you. Now these are the epitome of balance between dirt and street driving, with a 6-inch wide step and a dimpled platform on top for solid space for your foot when you're getting in and out of the truck. Now that will help you and your passengers if the truck is lifted when it comes to getting in and out, roof access if you have a rack, and the textured surface will offer some traction underneath your shoes to prevent any slipping in poor condition. Now compared to its sister step, the Dominator DSS, the wider 6-inch build here will offer a little bit more outward protection if you want some more reach to keep hazards farther away from the side of your truck. Now this tough build here will also tuck very high and tight to the rocker for good clearance and pinch weld protection. So while it is there to provide good coverage because of the placement, it is going to add a very finished appearance to the side of the truck. These will be made of carbon steel, which is stronger than the average steel, meaning that these are going to hold up incredibly well if they take a hit, resisting any bending or denting in the tubing. Now on top of these steps and the brackets for install, these will have a textured black powder coat finish to protect the steel underneath from rusting over time, keeping this look even with being subjected to the tough weather. Now the best part is that you're not going to have to do any drilling or modification to your Tacoma. Everything here is going to be completely bolt-on and you'll get everything out of the box to do it. These will be pricier than your average step at about $650. Now these will have all of the benefits that you would want out of a slider, including the high clearance of the build, the close rocker coverage, and the even rail on the outside, which is going to allow you to slide off of those obstacles with the durable construction. And it's also going to double as a wide step for solid support compared to some slimmer and lower or smaller compact choices. It's also made of a high quality carbon steel compared to a mild steel, which will up the ante and up the price point, but is going to be great for those off-road scenarios. Now, if you want to invest in a quality slider for your Tacoma that's going to be sure to protect it and give you some good accessibility in the meantime, these are going to be great for you. Now install is going to be pretty easy here at a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. It should only take you about an hour or so to get the job done with some basic hand tools. However, at this point we can head over to the shop and check out a detailed breakdown on how you can get these on your Tacoma at home. So that is going to wrap it up for my review. Let's go ahead and get into the install.
For this install, you will need an impact, 12, 13, and 9/16 sockets, and also not shown here is a floor jack or an extra set of hands to help you out. What's up guys, today we're going to be doing some side steps on our Tacoma, so let's get started. Alrighty guys, so we're starting off under the truck here, right behind the rocker panels, behind the pinch weld, and you're going to come under here and you'll see 4 sets of 2 factory bolts protecting your threaded inserts where we're going to mount our brackets to. You need to remove all 4 sets of 2. Do not remove this one, doesn't need to. So we'll grab our 12mm socket on our impact and go ahead and pull all these bolts out. And you want to do the same for the other 2 down alongside your body. So now that we have our factory hardware out, we can go ahead and begin installing our new brackets. Now you'll see this front one has the farther spread out mounting points for our chassis side. So we'll go ahead and line that up with our 2 bolt holes here. Then we're going to grab 2 of our provided 13mm bolts with lock washers and flat washers and get those in place. Now we can go ahead and install our middle and rear brackets. They're going to have the closer together mounting point for our other sections here. We'll go ahead and again get those in with our provided hardware. Then we can do the same thing for our rear bracket, and then we'll go ahead and tighten these down. So now that we have all of our brackets on, we'll go ahead and grab our 13mm socket on our impact. We'll go ahead and tighten these down. Make sure they're centered up, facing straight out. And we'll do the same thing for our rear bracket. So now we can get ready to go ahead and install our steps, but first we have to install our threaded nut plates into our step itself. So they're going to have an opening in the middle here, and our bracket is going to slide into this. Now these are a bit tricky to get in, to be quite honest. You can work them in like so. Then we'll slide them down and line them up with our brackets. Go ahead and drop them down and make sure our nut plate is going to line up correctly. So now we've got our step up over top of us. Now this would be a good part to use an extra set of hands if you so choose. It's not that heavy, but can be a little bit cumbersome. Now these nut plates have 3 holes, and you have 2 bolt holes here. To keep them in a generally easier way to get them mounted, you want to thread one of your provided 9/16 bolts into the open hole that you're not going to use, so you can keep your plate up and in position, and you can maneuver it without losing your grip on it. So as you can see, we've gone ahead and added a floor jack in. Now this first bracket is, not gonna lie, very difficult to get in, especially if you're doing this by yourself. So a floor jack will help you hold this in place. If you have an extra set of hands, it's still gonna be pretty difficult because of the way the bracket is set up and how you have to hold it to get your bolts in. Now, once you get the first one in, the next 2 aren't gonna be as bad. So we'll show you the process on the next 2 and kind of give you a better idea on how to go about doing this. All right, so now we've come to our rear bracket here, and we're gonna get our plate lined up with our mounting holes on our bracket. Now at this point, you can use your hand to hold this up, but you will notice the 3rd bolt hole that if you so choose or need to, you can add in one of your supplied bolts to that and kind of have better manipulation of this nut plate. And then we can go ahead, get our other 2 installed. And as you can see, these like to move still. Might still be a good idea to put that bolt in. Now you can use one of the ones you're going to use to mount. So just get in a couple threads. Grab our other one. Lined up, get it started. And once that one's in a good spot, we'll go ahead and take this one back out. Get it into our bracket hole. Then we'll go ahead and do the same thing for our front bracket, then we'll come back and tighten all these down. Now that we have all of our hardware in place on our brackets, we'll grab our 9/16 socket on our impact. Go ahead and tighten these down. Then we can go ahead and do the same thing for the rest of our brackets. Now once you have this side all done, you can go ahead and repeat these same steps for the other side.
So that is going to wrap it up for my review and the install of the Go Rhino Dominator Xtreme D6 slider side step bars in texture black, fitting all 2024 and newer Toyota Tacomas, and you can find these right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.